Folks, our next guest has spent the last 10 years working toward his ultimate goal to wash dishes in every state of the union. Here he is, a true American patriot, Dishwasher Pete. Hi, Pete. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Pete, first of all, do we have the story correct? This is what you want to do?
Yeah.
How many states have you washed dishes in so far?
Approximately 25.
And when did this begin? Is it an obsession with you, as a project or an avocation? When did this start, and how did it start?
It's a real easy job to get.
Right.
It doesn't require much resume building.
Now, the first time you were washing dishes, did you say to yourself, "I'd like to do this in every state of the country," or did that come later?
It came a little later as I realized how easy it would facilitate traveling.
Yeah.
Which I like to do a lot.
But they don't use machine. It's all machine operated now, isn't it? They don't by hand. You don't do so much anymore.
Actually, I do a lot of hand washing.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's some places use the old Hobarts and.
What is the old Hobart?
Well, actually, a friend of mine has the. It's the brand of dishwashing machine that most places use.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine has it the insignia tattooed on his arm.
Wow! Now there's man born to wash dishes. That guy. Well, so you would be good insight for us as to the condition of American restaurants. What is it like in the kitchen of most places you've worked?
I myself choose not to eat in restaurants after.
Is that right?
How many,
Why is that?
No matter how nice the place, generally it's overrun with at least mice, if not cockroaches.
Cockroaches, sure.
And.
But they're everywhere. We're sharing the planet with those creatures. But what about the personnel? What about the people cooking the food? How are they?
The cooks are generally kind of crusty and kind of. I've seen many cooks drop ash from their cigarettes there's.
Well, that's how you get that blackened chicken and stuff. It's actually a fine cuisine technique. Have you worked in really nice restaurants or mostly not so nice?
Most of the places I work in are mom and pop restaurants, and in fact, one of them I worked in. A heat lamp exploded over a vat of chili, and the cook just sifted out as much glass as he could, and the chili went on.
Sifted out the glass from the chili and then served the glass. Well, that's the way it goes. Who ordered the broken glass? We have a plate right here. And when will you complete this task? You're about halfway through.
Well, I'm in no hurry. I mean, like, I hate to finish it, this whole thing, my life dream, by the time, I'm 35, because there wouldn't be anything left.
What are you going to do? That's right. Once you've climbed Everest, man, it's a long way down. Now, Pete, as I understand, to while away sometimes the lonely hours in the kitchen, you've taught yourself sort of a little kind of a trick, and from time to time on this show, we have something called Stupid Human Tricks, and I think this falls right smack in the middle of that category.
Well, yeah, actually,
licking the plates, that's what it is.
You got to get free food too. They don't pay enough.
Yeah.
One of the tricks that I learned was, after an accident I had when I sliced my hand open. I don't know if you can see.
Well, I don't know that we want to see the slice, Pete, but we'll take your word for it.
It's a 5.5-inch scar, and it's from slicing my hand open. I had nerve surgery, and my hand is dead, but I can still move it.
So the story has a happy ending then.
But I can light cigarettes and cigars by catching my hand on fire and putting them up to the smoking.
He can catch his hand on fire. May we dim the lights, please? You know what you're doing here?
Oh yeah.
All right. Shall I? You want me to do the honors?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you? Let's move this a little bit.
Yeah, sure. By all means. I don't want to set anything on fire here.
Okay, so I'll just douse it.
Yeah.
You put the light to it.
Okay.
And stick the cigar in your mouth. And
right.
be careful though. Don't. And tilt back. You don't want any hair catching on fire there.
No.
Did I get it? Did I get it?
I got scared because I saw a guy with a dead, flaming hand lunging at me. I don't know, it put me off. Good luck to you, Pete.
Thank you very much,
young man.
Thank you.
Dishwasher Pete. Our next guest is the author of a new book entitled Dishwasher, One Man's Quest to Wash Dishes in All 50 States.
Please welcome the one, the only dishwasher Pete Jordan. Welcome to the program. Now, tell people what happened the last time you were supposed to be on the show. Did I get that mostly right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back. Last time you invited me, and I was not interested in being on television, but a friend of mine was, and
But it doesn't work that way.
it worked out well for him. He wanted to be on TV. He was in San Francisco. He called you guys. You flew him out here. I was in New York already, so I tagged along because I wanted to get the backstage grub that I imagined there would be. And there wasn't that much. We had a sandwich and some beers. This time you don't even have sandwiches or beers. So, but I sat back there in the green room while he came out here and
Here's
chatted
the
with
guy.
you.
Let's see what the guy looks like. What was his name? His name was
Jess Hilliard.
Jess Hilliard. Yeah, and that's clearly not you. Am I right about that?
That's not me, no.
That's not you, no. And I talked to him about washing dishes and
That's
stuff?
right.
And then he set fire to his hand. What was that all about?
Well, he told you the story about how he had cut his hand in a dishwashing accident and that his nerves were dead and he could set his hand on fire. So
Right.
he set his hand on fire to light your cigar and almost burned your face. But
Wow. Now I guess since he set his hand on fire, part of that story was true. Is that right?
Well, he set his, he has a scar in his left hand. He showed you that, but then he set his right hand on fire. So
And what was the net result of this, other than the free food? Was there a great? First of all, why didn't you want to be on television? What was so wrong with that? You're washing dishes.
I was washing dishes, but I didn't want to promote anything. I didn't want to be on TV, and then the next day I go looking for a dishwashing job, and they're like, "Hey, weren't you the guy on TV who said
so
you?"
it might actually hurt your gigs then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I just don't like TV, and
You just don't like TV.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. So everybody, turn off your TVs now. But I just wasn't interested in being in front of an audience and everything.
Yeah.
But I liked the food. The sandwich was nice. So.
Well, let's get back now to the quest for washing dishes. You did not make it in all 50 states, is that right?
Sadly, I did not know.
See, I was under the impression as I read the book that you were going to complete the task, but what happened? What called it off for you?
I fell in love
Ah, well, there you go. Congratulations.
with a lovely woman named Amy Joy, who I'm married to now, and we have a 2-year-old son.
All right, good for you. Congratulations.
Thank
And do you still wash dishes?
I only wash dishes, not professionally, just at home now.
Yeah.
Full-time gig at home.
And I was right about this. Some people, like myself, have an aversion to it. Other people seem to take to it, although not many, I would guess. You're a sort of a rare breed, right?
Maybe, yeah. In my household, I'm the only one of 2 people who are a good dishwasher.
And in the book, one of the great things, and maybe the best thing about washing dishes, is the sense of freedom you have knowing at any moment you can just quit the job and go somewhere else, right?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I don't like being tied down to a job. After 2 or 3, 4 weeks at a job, I go stir crazy. So it's a great occupation for quitting a job and taking a week off and then finding another job the next week.
Right. And you made a lot of friends along the way in all of
yeah,
the 33 states you were able to wash
That's
dishes
right,
in?
yeah.
And you published a magazine or an online magazine? What was that?
No, it was an online magazine. It was a zine, just a little self-published magazine, and also called Dishwasher, that I would produce out of my duffel bag as I traveled. And
Right, and it attained quite a following, is that correct?
yeah, I had people writing to me, sometimes hundreds of people each week sending me letters. And you had a copy on your desk last time, but you didn't hold it up, so I'm glad you held up the book this time.
Oh,
Thank
sure.
you.
Helps to have the real guy.
Yeah,
You know.
I want to do everything I can to make you comfortable. Now, you know, we get kind of beat out of our check. Did you get any of the money last time or not? You and your buddy split it?
He got the whole check because his rent was due, but this time you guys were trying to cheat me. When you showed me, when I had me sign the release backstage, it was for less money than 10 years ago.
Huh. I wonder why.
But then the woman came back. But after I pointed out, she came back and she had crossed it out and increased the amount. So
Yeah.
again, thank you.
Pete, what do you do for a living now? Did we mention that?
Well, now I'm trying to make a go at writing.
And writing, yes. Yeah.
And but I also have been training as a bike mechanic. I live in Amsterdam, and my wife's a bike mechanic there. And hopefully, maybe by next year, we'll own a bike shop there.
Well, good for you. And the book is very, very entertaining. It's not just about washing dishes. It's about the locations, the restaurants, and the various personalities with whom you come in contact. And it's fascinating. Nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lee Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Nick Griffin.